highly coveted book in any grade. Yeah, highly printed as well, but there's so many people that want this book and have it and don't want to let it go. And why would you? I mean, this is a classic cover, right? And in comics, this is one of the great covers in the 80s that there was. You know, two great characters, two of Marvel's top 4 characters. In my opinion, top 3, Spider-Man being number 1. I think Wolverine's 2 and Hulk is 3. But this book does have some wear. First off, it's direct, but it's got a lot of ticks, and some of these are color-breaking ticks. And I think just with the ticks alone, this takes me down to probably an 8.0, maybe even a 7.5 level as it is. The back of the book has a little bit of wear as well. Not as much as the front of the book, but it does have some wear. See, and that tick carries into the front cover, and some of these do too. Now, if you look up against the light, you'll see also just a little bit of wear on it. But in my opinion, in this particular state, this book is, if I sent it out, I'd probably grade this with no press. I would probably grade this at a 7.0 to 7.5 with no pressing, no cleaning. I don't think it needs much cleaning, but that's what I think it is right now. Let's see what it comes back as. I know there's a whole bunch of these books out there, but you could definitely see why this cover is one of the most mimicked covers in all of comic books. A great book, made it to an 8.5. That is at least, look, looks real nice with that Wolverine special. Nice, right? Looks really good. It gives it a nice little touch. All right, I'm thinking at least a 3-point swing here. At least 3 grades that went up. Minimum 3 grades. Probably 4 grades. But the press did it really well. Look at that. It looks really good. Now there's some color breaking ticks that you can't help. Like, see, like right there, like he hit a lot of that, man. Like right there, right? Can't do much about that. You can't do, but the dents that the cover had because of those ticks came out with the press. Actually made it look like a real 8.5. Man, I went and I looked to see. Look, right there is where you could actually see where it went through the other side of the cover, right? It was just too much for it to go and reach into the 9s. I think an 8.5 is, more than fair grade on this. I mean, come on. Magnificent job. I paid $115 for a lot of Wolverine and X-Men books from the Sandsman. This is going to be the Sands. These 2 books are the Cookie Mans. I got them from the Cookie Man. By the way, X-Men 24, I got that from him as well. It was part of his lot. I figured it was around, I put a price of around $15 on that. 8.5 on a 340. It doesn't go for a lot, but at least so far I'm making my money back. I still have a couple of books left. I think only one more I'm going to get graded. It's an X-Men 4, Omega Red. That one looks like a 9.8, to tell you the truth. It might need a press too, though, but that right there should do pretty well. It should do okay. That might pay for the actual lot. X-Men 24 was more of a probably a wash, you know. But so far it's a wash. The next book though, I got this one from the Sands man. Big book. Only because it's a newsstand. And in a newsstand for this particular book, probably, man, 1 in 100 maybe for this particular book. Knights of the Old Republic number 9 attracted me to it because the Sandsman said that it was a candidate. When people say that, it means that it's a candidate for a 9.8. This book is not a candidate for a 9.8. But it does have great appeal, needs a press, but this is why it's not a candidate. That right there, that breaks color. And even with a press, that's going to break color anyway. You can't get that to not break. So in its current condition, well, I'll show you the back also. It does need a press to make it look better. We'll see what, I don't know. We'll see what Kendra can do with that. So you see how bad it looks. I'm really wondering what he's gonna do when it comes back, like with that. I mean, I can't possibly think that he can do much with it. By the way, Kendra doesn't even know that I'm trying this experiment with him. I'm not close to Kendra like that. But hey, you know what? He's a professional presser. He puts himself out there, and I'm hoping that this can only help him. Okay, because I know that these books will come back better looking than when I'm sending them out. Now, I know Sands says that this is a candidate. This could be a candidate probably if I sent it the way it is right now. It could be a candidate for a 9.0. But it's definitely not a candidate for a 9.8. With a press, I'd be really happy with a 9.6 or a 9.4. I think that would be a success. I think right now I'd probably say this is about an 8.5 to a 9.0 in its current condition. Let's see when it comes back as. Nice looking book. I paid $540.75 total for this. I paid that because this is a newsstand. Very rare for a newsstand, especially in 2006 for Star Wars. You rarely see these, man. So, and the Sandsman said that this was a candidate for a 9.8. When I got it in, I didn't think it was a candidate for a 9.8. We're going to go straight into, watch this spine, okay? We're going straight into, did you miss it? Did you miss it? All right, see? Kendra. That was all Kendra, okay? You can't really see it. Like when you're going like this, you can't really see it. You have to turn it up against the light and you could see just a little bit. Where is it at? Right there. Right there is where it's at, but you can, it's pretty much hidden. Unless you really concentrate on it, you can't even make it out. It made the 9.8. I don't even know how much a book like this is gonna go for, man. Right now, the direct 9.8 goes for, I think about $700, $650 to $700 for the direct 9.8. For this one, man, I mean, I guess I would have to need like a spiffy or I don't know, like one of my wizards over here to see how much this is commanding, you know, my Wilberts. But Look at that. It's very nice. I mean, this is why we do this, right? This is the reason why we do it. You remember, like, the bottom, even that kind of, like, somehow he was able to, because that had a little something in the bottom there. It doesn't, you don't even see it anymore. That tick is somewhere around here. All right, that's where that tick is. But this is why we do this, man. This is why, I buy from Sands. This is why I get my books pressed through Impressive Comics and Gary Kendra. Yeah, you're going to have some duds, and you're going to have some books that you might say, hey, man, those books are a little bit questionable from both of these guys on two different spectrums, right? But for the most part, you can count on them. And I count on them both. And now this is a great book. Now, it's a great book to have, but I am not a Star Wars fan, as you guys know it. I use these books to buy other books and pay my bills in my comics, because I'm a collector first. But I like collecting certain books, and this is not a book that's going to go in my collection, but it's going to go in somebody's collection, and this is going to be put out there. So this will be probably on my comic shop pretty soon, probably within the next 2 weeks. You'll be seeing this up for sale. A big thanks to the Cookie Man and to Gary Kendra. This is what makes it worth it. I showed you like 8 books in a row that were kind of like a wash. One of them, 2 of them were probably losses, right? But this one makes up for them. It's at least, I would have to think, it's at least a $1,500 book. At least, right? So, all right. Have a good night, my boys.